Hello everyone! Have you ever come face to face with a predator that packs a bite force of over 5,000 pounds, nearly 8 times stronger than a lion's jaw? Oh, run, 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 run! Step into the world of Australia's fearless crocodile hunters, where the line between life and death is as thin as a crocodile's 2-foot-thick hide. With over 15,000 of these razor-toothed beasts taken down, the battle between humans and these 20-foot-long reptiles is growing more intense by the day. Is this a necessary hunt, or are we trespassing on nature's domain? Drop a 1 in the comments and get ready for the adventure to begin. Australia is not only famous for its unique native wildlife, but is also home to many invasive species, including one of the planet's most fearsome predators, the saltwater crocodile. Over the years, there have been 128 recorded crocodile attacks, with 25% of them resulting in fatalities. Their deadly jaws, armed with 66 razor-sharp teeth, make them one of the most terrifying aquatic predators. This makes crocodiles a serious threat to people living near rivers, lakes, and coastal waters in northern Australia. When November arrives, northern Australia faces a harsh, natural challenge. The rainy season begins, bringing with it fierce storms with terrifying wind speeds reaching up to 135 mm. These storms sweep across the land, turning it into a vast ocean. Amid this natural chaos, another danger quietly emerges. Crocodiles, ancient predators, are washed out from swamps into residential areas. They glide through flooded streets, turning every corner into a potential trap for local residents. Faced with this emergency, authorities must act swiftly and decisively. Constant warnings are broadcast, while specialized teams continuously launch operations to relocate the crocodiles. As tensions rise, officials are forced to initiate an emergency hunting campaign, focusing on the border between the city and the swamplands. Armed with modern weapons, hunters patrol day and night to prevent crocodiles from infiltrating deeper into residential areas. Experienced hunters point out that crocodiles often gather in swampy areas near river mouths in the evening, when cooler temperatures lure them to the banks in search of prey before retreating to the water to rest. Understanding this behavior allows hunters to quickly pinpoint their locations. With incredibly sharp senses, crocodiles can detect danger from the faintest sounds, making stealthy movement through the swamps absolutely essential. Hunters must tread lightly and silently, all while staying on high alert. After 30 minutes of tense waiting, the opportunity finally arrives. The crocodiles, lured by bait, emerge without hesitation. The hunter raises his rifle and takes aim at their vulnerable spots. A single gunshot echoes, and the target drops. Crocodiles are incredibly powerful, so to bring them down swiftly and prevent any chance of escape, hunters typically aim for the head or neck. This approach is believed to minimize suffering for the animal.
passage.
Crocodile hunting is not just a dangerous activity. It also requires a high level of expertise. Before embarking on these challenging hunts, hunters must undergo rigorous training to ensure both safety and effectiveness. In Australia, crocodile hunting licenses are strictly regulated by authorities. The goal is to balance hunting activities with ecological conservation. The official hunting season runs from April to August, with regulations limiting each licensed hunter to a maximum of 5 adult crocodiles per day. To become a licensed crocodile hunter, candidates must pass a series of demanding challenges. The minimum age requirement is 18, but that's just the starting point. They must also complete an intensive training program that covers safety skills and sustainable hunting practices. Physical strength and stamina are crucial for crocodile hunting. The job requires quick reflexes and endurance to handle sudden dangers in harsh, wild environments. Hunters must always be prepared to face whatever challenges come their way. The rainy season makes crocodile hunting extraordinarily dangerous. Flooded swamps become a paradise for these massive predators, allowing them to roam freely and expand their territory. Meanwhile, hunters face life-threatening risks with every step they take. Many hunting teams are forced to suspend operations. Only the bravest continue, but with extreme caution. They must read the language of the swamp, listening to every unfamiliar sound, watching for subtle signs of movement. A single moment of distraction could cost a hunter their life. Crocodile hunting with firearms has sparked intense debate. Some argue that this method not only threatens human lives, but also causes unnecessary suffering for the animals. This raises ethical questions about the sustainability and morality of hunting practices. Comment 1 if you support crocodile hunting with firearms, or 0 if you believe we need to find a more humane solution.
Down there to the side.
In response to the increasing encroachment of crocodiles near residential areas, authorities have launched a large-scale crocodile trapping campaign to minimize risks to the community. This method is seen as more effective than waiting for crocodiles to emerge in swampy areas. Experienced hunters often prefer to set traps in murky ponds rather than clear ones, as these are places where crocodiles can hide undetected. These traps resemble wild boar traps in the US, but are built larger, big enough to contain multiple adult crocodiles. Hunters use fresh meat, such as wild boar, as bait. When the crocodiles attempt to enter the trap to seize the food, they get caught. Each trap deployment can capture 2 to 3 crocodiles, showing a clear effect in controlling the crocodile population. Handling the crocodiles after capture requires significant skill and strength. Every movement carries the risk of serious injury. The hunting team must use ropes to tightly secure the crocodile's jaws to prevent further harm. In a battle that lasts over an hour, 6 strong men must work together to pull a massive crocodile ashore. After the intense struggle, the captured crocodiles are handed over to the authorities. This is not just a public safety measure. but also a valuable opportunity to study the behavior and distribution of the species. The Crocodile Control Campaign in Australia has achieved significant results, with the crocodile population reduced by over 30%. However, uncontrolled, free-range hunting has also led to severe consequences for Australia's ecosystem. The darker side of the Crocodile Control Campaign is gradually emerging, as some individuals and organizations have exploited this opportunity, using community protection as a cover for illegal hunting activities. The black market for crocodile skins is thriving, posing a significant challenge to the government's conservation efforts. Illegal hunters flout the law, turning wildlife into a lucrative commodity. To deter poaching, the government has imposed penalties ranging from 5 to 10 years in prison, or, in less severe cases, a permanent revocation of hunting licenses. Crocodile hunting is a challenging activity where the boundary between humans and animals becomes razor-thin. It's not only an extreme experience but also a vital mission to protect communities in Australia from these ancient predators. What do you think about hunting versus using traps? Which method do you believe is more effective? Leave your thoughts in the comments below the video. Thank you for watching. And please support me by liking and subscribing to the channel so you won't miss the next exciting videos. I truly appreciate your support, and I wish you all the best of luck and good health. Hello everyone. Imagine a peaceful forest with a diverse ecosystem being destroyed by a herd of aggressive wild boars. They're tearing up the ground, disturbing water sources, and weakening trees by eating their roots. They're even attacking and killing other animals to take over food and territory. This is a truly urgent problem that requires decisive action from all of us. Comment 1 to learn more about the threat of wild boars and explore solutions to protect this precious ecosystem. Do you believe that millions of wild boars are wreaking havoc on the natural landscapes of the US? The numbers below will astonish you. According to the latest estimates from the U.S. Forest Service and Bureau of Land Management, there are approximately 6 million wild boars wreaking havoc across 35 states. Remarkably, this number is comparable to the population of a major city like Philadelphia or Washington, D.C. But where are the areas most heavily impacted? Texas has become the leading culprit, with approximately 1.5 million wild boars, accounting for nearly a quarter of the total population nationwide. Following Texas are Florida and California, with 500,000 and 300,000 of these aggressive wild boars, respectively. However, their impact doesn't stop there. Experts estimate that wild boars cause up to $1.5 billion in damage to U.S. agriculture each year. In Texas alone, the damage amounts to around $500 million annually due to their activities. And these are just the economic figures, not to mention the severe impact on ecosystems and biodiversity. According to research, wild boars have damaged over 300 species of rare and endangered plants across the United States. With their remarkable reproductive rate and superior adaptability, without effective control measures, the wild boar population will continue to grow, posing a serious threat to our ecosystems. Have you ever imagined facing an aggressive wild boar weighing hundreds of pounds with teeth as sharp as knives? That's the challenge hunters in the US are facing in the battle against invasive wild boar populations. Hunting is considered one of the most effective methods to control the growing boar population. But it is also a task that is both challenging and dangerous, requiring courage and high-level skills. Imagine a tense hunt between hunters and a pack of aggressive wild boars on a vast field. The sound of footsteps blending with the barking of hunting dogs echoing across the land. Every step must be taken with extreme caution, as wild boars have excellent hearing and can charge at any moment. Suddenly, a massive wild boar bursts out of the underbrush, and the hunter must quickly aim, maintaining absolute focus as the danger intensifies. Another shot rings out, enough to bring down the prey. Hunting wild boars requires not only excellent shooting skills, but also the cunning and resilience of true hunters. However, it is an essential part of our efforts to control the wild boar population and protect valuable habitats and biodiversity. Have you ever been wild boar hunting? If so, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave a comment with the number 5. Imagine this scene. You're out for a morning stroll, breathing in the fresh air of a peaceful neighborhood, but then you encounter an unbelievable sight. Trash is scattered everywhere. Papers and plastic debris are strewn across the streets in utter chaos. But this isn't the work of mindless environmental vandals. It's the wild boars. These aggressive animals have quietly invaded and turned your neighborhood into a natural dump. They even dig up your lawns, flower beds, and backyard, and the next morning, you wake up to find your garden devastated, filled with deep holes they've dug with their sharp claws. They can carry harmful bacteria and parasites, causing outbreaks of disease. Furthermore, the constant digging of wild boars leads to severe soil erosion, diminishing the quality of the surrounding environment.
Non mais franchement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This issue not only affects the landscape, but also has a negative impact on ecosystems and public health. The wild boar invasion is becoming increasingly severe in residential areas across the United States. Without effective control measures, their invasion will continue to spread, leading to even more serious consequences. Automatic traps are indeed one of the most effective tools for controlling invasive wild boars. They operate on a simple yet incredibly smart principle. When a wild boar is lured by an enticing bait, It enters the trap, triggering a motion sensor that quickly closes the steel door within just 0.25 seconds. The wild boar is captured and cannot escape. The trap is 6 feet high and made from sturdy steel to ensure durability. The next day, farmers arrive to handle the captured boars by sedating them and loading them onto trucks. These wild boars are then processed or sold to local processing plants. In 2022, more than 20,000 wild boars were successfully trapped in agricultural areas across the United States, and this impressive number highlights the effectiveness of automatic trapping methods in preventing the destruction caused by wild boars to crops. Furthermore, another method used to control wild boars is hunting. As night falls, wild boar hunters in Florida prepare to engage in a dangerous battle with these fierce animals. The hunters use rifles or scoped guns capable of long-range shots to ensure safety. The sound of gunshots echoes through the night, accompanied by the smell of gunpowder, as unlucky wild boars are taken down, while the rest of the herd flees. However, hunters are undeterred in their pursuit, determined to control the overpopulation of wild boars in order to protect Florida's environment. The hunting process is carried out professionally, adhering to environmental protection and safety regulations. The goal is not to completely eradicate wild boars, but to manage their population at a sustainable level. By morning, the hunted wild boars are collected and processed appropriately to minimize their impact on the ecosystem. It's a dangerous but successful night for those managing the entire boar herd, ensuring a balance between humans and nature. If you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe to support us.
Get it right there.
The sound of gunshots echoes through the deep forests of Montana as a giant black bear falls. Bear hunting is becoming a controversial population control measure in many states across the U.S. With a population of over 350,000 black bears, farmers are suffering up to $40 million in losses every year due to crop damage and beehive destruction. Authorities have allowed controlled hunting, but the question remains: is this a sustainable solution, or is it an environmental disaster in the making? Leave a comment with number 1 if you'd like to dive deeper into the conflict between humans and bears. Oh, these black bears are no joke. They can weigh up to 600 pounds and stand as tall as a doorway. These creatures are incredibly strong, and with a single swipe of their paw, they can break the ribs of a mature deer like snapping a twig. And don't even get me started on their senses. Their eyes are as sharp as a hawk's, and their sense of smell is better than even the best hunting dogs. Even those who have walked the forests for decades know to be cautious when facing these giants. Recently, we've been seeing more and more bears, and that's causing some serious problems. People are constantly encountering them, and even officials at the Capitol have had to intervene, allowing for controlled hunting to maintain balance. Bear hunting season typically starts when the leaves begin to change color, from September to November, which is the time when bears are eating to store energy for their hibernation. If you're planning to hunt bears, be sure to pay attention to areas near streams and anywhere you see acorns or chestnuts on the ground. Always keep an eye out for signs like claw marks on trees or large piles of scat the size of your fist. That's when you know you're in bear country. When facing one of these green tanks, you have to be well prepared. Most locals here trust in rifles like the 30-06 or 3000 Win Mag, weapons that have enough power to take down a full-grown bear from a considerable distance. You'll want to make sure you're loaded with ammunition that can penetrate the thick skin and muscle of the bear, hitting its weak spots for a clean and effective shot. Approaching your prey, especially a bear, requires extreme caution. Move slowly and quietly, always keeping a safe distance, at least 50 yards, no exceptions. Encountering a bear in the wild is a whole different story. These beasts can reach speeds of up to 35 km/h in the blink of an eye, and they won't hesitate to charge if given the chance. When you take your shot, aim from a distance of 100 to 200 yards, targeting just behind the shoulder for a quick, accurate strike. If you don't do that, you're going to be in big trouble. A wounded bear is as vicious as a cornered rattlesnake, ready to destroy anything in its path. If that happens, only quick reflexes and a cool head can save you from disaster. Bear hunting isn't just about being good with a gun. You need to be tough as steel and have the strength to face the challenge. Tracking a bear through dense brush can take hours, and you'll have to climb over fallen logs, cross streams, and trek up hills in all kinds of weather. This isn't a game for the faint-hearted. Do you enjoy bear hunting? If yes, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave a 5. For the number enthusiasts, we're talking about 40,000 to 50,000 black bears being hunted each year across North America. Maine leads the pack with about 3,000, followed by Pennsylvania with 2,500, and Wisconsin comes in third with 2,000. However, these numbers can vary quite a bit depending on the year, location, and local regulations. Don't forget that in the dense forests here, many hunters rely on their four-legged companions, the hunting dogs. These loyal companions are essential partners in this dangerous pursuit. Hunters often choose breeds like Plott hounds, Walker hounds, and black and tan hounds. These dogs are specially trained for this work, with a sense of smell 100 times stronger than a human's, allowing them to track a bear from a mile away. Their job is to chase, track, and corner the bear, making it safer for the hunter to approach. When a bear is cornered in a tree, usually an oak or pine about 40 to 60 feet tall, you must act quickly, approaching cautiously and maintaining a safe distance of about 30 yards from the base of the tree. With a large caliber rifle, you'll aim to bring it down as humanely as possible. This method is no joke in terms of effectiveness. with hunting success rates using dogs reaching up to 80%, compared to only 30 to 40% when hunting alone. However, some argue that this method is unfair and unethical in hunting practices. A typical bear hunt with dogs lasts from 2 to 4 hours, depending on the terrain and the agility of the prey. The pack of hunting dogs usually consists of 4 to 6 dogs, each wearing a GPS collar to accurately track their location deep in the forest. After bringing down a bear, nothing goes to waste. Bear fur is great for making rugs or decorations, while bear meat is a highly nutritious delicacy. We often make sausages or smoked meat, which taste just as good as pork, and let's not forget bear fat. It's used in traditional medicine and is an excellent lubricant. But bear hunting isn't just about population control. For many of us, it's a way to immerse ourselves in nature and connect with the ancient traditions of our ancestors. Every hunt is an adventure filled with challenges, and trust me, it makes you appreciate the power and beauty of the wilderness. When you face a bear in the deep forest, you truly understand the feeling of our ancestors. It's a blend of fear, respect, and excitement that nothing else can compare to. That's why we keep returning to the dense forests every year, even knowing that each trip carries its own dangers. All right, folks, that's how invasive species are being controlled in the US. The government is taking action and allowing hunters to help manage the population. What do you think about this method? Do you have any other ideas on how to handle it? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on more exciting wildlife and nature videos. Yes, the gunshot rings out and a wildcat is taken down. Oh yes, these wildcats cause significant damage to farms, hunting livestock and poultry. Wildcats are causing millions of dollars in damage every year to American farmers, and many farmers and hunters are forced to hunt them. It's estimated that there are over 1 million wildcats in the US. Is hunting truly effective in controlling the wildcat population? Leave a comment with the number 1 and join us in exploring this topic in the video. Wildcats, a member of the cat family, originated from Europe and Asia and are medium-sized carnivores with distinctive spotted fur. In the US, they have rapidly spread and caused significant damage to farms. One farm in Texas lost 200 chickens in a single night due to a wildcat attack. Farmers estimate the annual losses to be around $50 million. To control the population of wildcats, many states have authorized regulated hunting. Wildcats typically live in dense forests, hills, vast lands, and grasslands. They leave round tracks, scratch marks on trees, and large piles of droppings the size of a fist. Hunting wildcats requires a complex set of skills. Hunters need to be able to track, understand the behavior of the cats, and be proficient in weapon use. The technique of shooting wildcats in trees requires high accuracy. Hunting wild cats in the grasslands, hunters use binoculars to scan large areas, looking for signs of the cats. When a wild cat is within range, the hunter must quickly assess the distance, as timing is crucial. Hunters typically wait for the cat to stand still or turn sideways to get the best shot angle. They aim for key areas like the shoulder or right behind it to ensure a humane kill. Do you support wildcat hunting to control their population? Comment number 1 if you agree, or the 0 if you believe more humane measures should be considered. Hunting wildcats is considered an exciting and challenging activity for many hunters. The intelligence and agility of these animals make for a tense pursuit, requiring patience and strategy from the hunter. To obtain a hunting license, hunters must complete a training course on gun safety and hunting ethics. The minimum age for a license is typically 18, although some states allow minors under 12 to participate under supervision. On average, an experienced hunter can harvest about 1 to 2 wildcats per day during hunting season. However, this number can vary depending on weather conditions, terrain, and the density of wildcats in the area. After being hunted, wildcats are fully utilized. Their meat can be made into delicacies, while their fur is used in the fashion industry. According to statistics from the U.S. Hunting and Wildlife Conservation Association, the number of wildcats hunted annually ranges from 30,000 to 35,000. In 2023, Texas recorded a record number of 3,800 wildcats being hunted, while California, which has the largest population of wildcats, only allowed the hunting of 400 due to conservation concerns. Experts estimate that hunting has helped reduce the damage caused by wildcats to poultry farms by about 15% compared to the previous year. While controversial, hunting wildcats is still considered a necessary measure to maintain ecological balance and protect the economic interests of farmers. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to support us. See you in the next video.